Alright then, blue water time here on GWG, and we're excited to get on with our playthrough of Dreadnoughts and Battlewagons. See a little encounter between the Grass B and the British task force that was the first to encounter them off the I don't know if I really want to say off the South American coast. I think they're a ways away from what I see on some of the maps. Like I said, we're going to play this game on out. We got the movie all queued up and ready to go. So I'm curious to see how it begins. We started from the edge of the map, and we're going full speed. You're able to assign a speed to the ships right before movement. Now the old Grass B started out 3 or 4. I guess 3. Let me see. He can move 3 max. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 0320. He started right here. He was the first one to move. And then these old boys came on. Now, historically, or according to the moves, or the rules, the British are able to move first. But there's an optional rule that gives you a roll for, I guess, initiative, with the British getting a +1 die roll modifier. Well, even with that plus roll modifier, they lost. And the speed was able to move first. Now, we played a little bit on through here. Had some technical difficulties. But that was the movement phase. Then you go on to what's called the administrative phase. Now, when I moved the old Grass B, I dropped some smoke. And that's, you don't have to do no rolling for it. It's automatic if you wish it. So we dropped 1. But during the just administrative phase, if you rolled a 1 through 3, you had to attempt to see if your smoke was depleted. And it passed, so the smoke is gone. And we were getting ready to fire. Now, added up the fire numbers for the Exeter. You can see here the upper number in the upper left corner is a 0. And even with all the modifiers, she didn't have a shot. Alright. With all the modifiers for the Grass B, she didn't have a shot. Now we're going to go ahead and see if the Apex gets a shot. But I'll show you how we figure this out. Like I said, we've done this earlier, but we had technical issues on the recording, so this is the first one. We'll show you what the mechanics are. The Apex, or Ajax, is rolling with 3 dice. There you go. Well, we give the British the white die. So we're rolling for 3 on our guns. Now they're modified as follows. You have die roll modifiers. These are called gun firing throw modifications. So the number of dice you throw will definitely be modified. And they're added or subtraction to the firing ship's gunnery and torpedo rating. The first modifier is a range modifier. It's a -1 if the target is at long range, and that long range is more than half of their stated range. So if he's more than half of 13, it's long range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see what we're doing there. So he's at long range. So the old Ajax will have a 1 die roll taken away modifier. And he wants to hit on 5s or 6s. All right, if the target was at close range, he would have gained 1, and he'd be up to 4 dice. But as it is, he's -1. Now here's a speed modifier. If the target was dead in the water, stopped, that's the target, you get a +1 die, but that ain't happening. The firing ship, which would be the Ajax, was slowed or dead in the water due to damage, and that's really key. You'd subtract another die, so we don't get that modifier. All right, now if the firing ship, which is the Ajax, is at flank speed, which he is, he's at the top speed, that's a -1, so he's throwing 1 die now. All right. Now if I was at cruise speed, which is just 1 hex per movement, that's a slowed down speed. That's twice slowed down from what I'm at now. That would be a +1. Now when I do slow down, I can only slow down 1 at a time. So at flank, I can only go to standard. I can't go all the way down to cruise speed. All right. Now another one would have been if there were smoke markers between us, which there are not right now. If the target had already been fired on by guns this turn, if it has not. So he is looking at a 1 die when it's all smoke is cleared, when it's all said and done. looking to hit on a 5 or a 6 with the old is that Ajax or Apex? It's got to be Ajax. Yeah, Ajax. We'll be right back. Ajax. Looking to hit on a 5 or 6 with 1 die. And we'll get ready for her roll. Right. All the guns. And fire. Woohoo! With a 3. So, no good on the shot taken at the grass speed. Next, we'll come up with the Achilles. We'll be right back. Checking out the fire procedure for the Achilles. And she'll start out with her English 3 dice. What are marked on her guns? Oh, where are we at here? There you go. Alright, it will be as follows. Target at long range, yes, -1. Let me see what else we got here. Firing ship at flank speed, yes, -1. Alright. Target ship is in the broadside area of the firing ship. I believe we do have that there. So that is a +2 die. So there you go. You can see what happens when you are broadside and firing all your guns. Any other modifiers will be for smoke marker. Oh, the target has already been fired on by guns this turn. And unfortunately, Ajax has just fired, so -1 on that die. And we'll get ready for the Achilles to fire all of her guns. Alright, as they sail on through 5s or 6s. Oh, he gets a shot too. So now we see if the shot lands. We'll be right back. Alright, for each hit, you subtract his structural integrity rating, which is a 2, from the weight of his shot, which is a 2. So that number comes up as a 0. And if it is a 0, let me see here. I roll 1d6, and then I'll find out, hopefully, if I get a 5 or a 6, that'll tell me that they're damaged. So I'll roll 1d6 looking for a 5 or 6 to incur damage onto the grass speed. And we get a 1, so hit it. But I wouldn't say it bounced off, didn't do any significant damage from the broadside, from the Achilles. And that's how that is done. All ships have fired. Now we move on to the movement phase, where we can assign speeds and move our ships. But there you go, round 1. Guns have been fired from the 2 allied ships. Exeter couldn't fire, and the grass speed couldn't fire. We'll find out what happens on turn number 2. We'll be back. Alright, moving on to the movement portion of our turn. And standard rules state that the British go first, but we're playing with the optional rule, where you roll, and the British will be rolling with a +1 die roll modifier because they're supposed to go first. And the grass, it's a tie. So the British will get to go first. Now, it don't really have a difference. I don't think it makes a difference right now with who goes first, but there is a such thing as reaction fire if you get within close range, so that might have something to do with it, but we'll move first, and first thing you do is assign a speed. Now, I think we want to keep the old Exeter at flank speed. We brought her on. She moved 4, her first. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to keep her there. She's going to close in the gap. So we're going to keep that flank speed marker underneath her and move her 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are not going to do any maneuvering or anything. Just come on in. Now, I should give her... do I give her an evasive maneuver marker afterwards? Let me check out that rule. We'll be right back. Alright, we're going to give this ship the evasive maneuver order, but That reduces her speed down to 1. So let's go there. We're going to have her move around because I don't trust that grass speed. That's what I do. I give her an evasive maneuver. Now it's going to have some drawbacks, but for right now, we'll just keep her there. Oh, the old Ajax. Continue with your flank speed. Go forward. 1, he has to go. 2, he has to go. Now 3, we got an option to, on 2 even, we had an option to turn facing. 3, we will take that turn facing option and broadside to the grass B. But we'll move our last one, 4, up to here. Now on your last move, you can't change facings. You can only change facings on your move after your initial move and before your last move. So we changed our facing there. That's our 4th, and we're ready to go. Still at flank speed. Ooh. Achilles. Continue at your flank speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way up here. This is what we got going on here. Heading that way, flank speed, but at. Alright, now it'll be, ooh, little grass speed's turn. He is going to go at standard speed. He's slowing down. Now there's no marker for standard speed. No marker on him means that's the speed that he'll be going at. So flank speed for him is a 3. Standard speed is anywhere from 2 to 3. And cruise speed is at 1, but at standard speed you have no marker. Now they say for Fog of Wars, because you can obviously tell if you don't have no marker what the speed's going to be, that you can put a dummy count underneath there. That, you know, not really give away your speed, but he's going to be at standard speed. It means he can move 2 to 3. We will go 1, 2, broadside to the boys. And that'll be it. So we won't move our full 3. Now we go that way. I want to lay down some more smoke. I like my smoke. So we went 1, 2. Lay smoke where we were. Lay smoke where we were. And go broadside. So there you go. Grass speeds, movements. That is it. We've changed some speed on some. Not on others. We're good to go. I think when we come back, it is movement, or is it administrative? Let me see here real quick. Combat, movement, administrative. Huh, that's strange. All right, rolling for smoke. And on 1 to 3, my smoke gets depleted. And that one there didn't last long. It is gone. That one's gone. Must be high winds on the seas today. Smoke has been depleted. When we come back, we'll be firing the guns. We'll be back.